Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that, no matter what, happens twice a week, where two old guys drive back from Atlanta and record a podcast. Yep. So Jacob's wedding was yesterday. Did the wedding, did the after party. It was all wonderful. Got up this morning, not feeling great. Drove from Atlanta to Paducah and did a podcast. So we're tired, but we're not going to miss a day. And this is going to be all calls. We love all calls. So it might not be the longest podcast, but we don't want to miss a scheduled show.
Yep.
So let's just roll right into it. And hope everybody loves us.
All right. We got a text message from 520. I'm your bespectacled host, Dave. Hi. We got a text message from 520 who says, EP 420, narc. I think that's a great idea.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good.
I didn't even understand what narc was. I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with that term when the arcade game was out. So, now that I do, I kind of realize actually what that game was about.
Is it like, did Dare sponsor the game or have something to do with it?
I don't know.
Okay,
the
yeah.
Narc logo looks like the Dare logo, so maybe. Except it's white instead of red.
God, the Dare program's so awful. So what statistics show it made drug usage go up? It was such a monumental failure.
Well, I mean, the war on drugs is like...
Yeah, dumb.
It's a waste of money because people are always going to do drugs.
Yep.
Like, they're just going to. It doesn't matter how many guys dress up like a bear you send to elementary schools.
I mean, Prohibition worked out so well.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
I did take my Dare card seriously, though, up until I was like 23. Kept it in my wallet, which I emptied out yesterday. It's fun.
Yeah, it was good. We'll give a Jacob's wedding recap as an intro some other time.
Fuck it, you want to intro right now?
That'll be. We'll have to talk way more.
So fine.
And think about stuff.
Okay. So I'm your bespectacled host, Dave, and I had a lot of fun at Jacob's wedding.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole lot of fun. And now, because whenever you drink, it's just borrowing happiness from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I woke up with a hangover for like the first time probably since I moved back to Paducah almost 4 years ago.
Damn.
So, yeah. So it was really neat waking up with a hangover and then driving for 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
Into the sun.
Because you're like, okay, I'm going to go get my red prison.
Yeah, there it is.
See ya.
Yeah. Well, because I have... Okay, so in the last 3 days, I've driven all 3 days.
Yeah, you have.
And probably around 20 hours of driving the last 3 days.
Oh, my God.
Because the first time I was driving down to Atlanta for the wedding, and I was 2 hours away from the wedding location and realized that I had forgotten the clothes that I had hung up at home. To wear to Jacob's wedding. So I had to make a decision. Do I keep going and buy new clothes?
Could have borrowed my brown sweatpants and the shirt I'm wearing. They're basically the outfit I'm wearing right now.
Yeah. Or I could turn around and drive the whole distance the next day. So I chose to turn around because I didn't want to stress out about having to buy clothes, and I didn't want to. It was going to cost probably over $100 to replace what I would need for Jacob's wedding.
And you looked really good, though. Really good.
Thanks. It was worth the trip. It was worth the trip. I felt a lot more comfortable showing up the next day, like appropriately dressed. And I still think like I was one of the like most dressed down, most casual.
I think you fit what the RSV required perfectly.
I don't think so though, because I was talking to Nicole about it today, and like, what's the etiquette person?
Emily Post.
Emily Post, thank you. I want to say Emily White, but I think I'm mixing up with like E.B. White, style guide. I think I did it wrong because she said always err on formality, because like it's a wedding, there's gonna be older people at a wedding, and older people are gonna tend to dress nicer.
I mean, there was like one older person who was wearing like a suit, and Josh wore a suit, and everybody else was dressed, I feel like about what you were, and then you looked at the nicer end of that spectrum.
Yeah.
So Nicole doesn't know what don't know what she's talking about. It was perfect.
They had a couple of the I was kind of expecting this. Like this trend didn't exist when I got married, I guess, because it was a little while ago. And maybe it's just the location. Maybe it's because it's in Atlanta, and maybe because Jacob and Galen are both theatrical people, so they have theatrical friends. So I was totally expecting it. I was not disappointed to see like a couple dudes in like the, I don't even know what kind of pants they are, like the little skinny pants with like the suspenders. I knew I was going to see suspenders there, where it's like this kind of like rustic country like
hipster seersuckers,
or like turn of the century, like Huckleberry Finn, kind of like
whitewashed the fence, then rode in on the big wheel, small wheel bicycle.
Yeah, exactly. Or a raft down the Mississippi. Yeah.
But no, it was a great wedding. It was very hot, and it was hot, because the actual wedding was not. Well, the wedding hall was not air conditioned. It was super hot, but very pretty, and the reception hall air conditioned. So, but it was great. It was wonderful, and his mom got us hotel rooms, and we had like a floor to ourselves. It was great. We only got in trouble once for making too much noise.
Yeah, the floor to we got a meeting room to ourselves.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. If we had gotten a floor to ourselves, that would have been half the hotel.
That's true. 'Cause it was 3 floors, so yeah.
It was like a mini Dragon Con.
Yeah.
So it really sucked coming back today, because yesterday was so much fun.
It was great seeing Leva again. We haven't hung out with Leva in like a decade.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Leva in person for a very long time. She actually sat down next to me at the wedding, and I leaned over and I said, we weren't like right next. There was a gap distance, like the aisle was between us. And I leaned over. I was like, "Hey, Leva," and she turned around. She's like, "What?" And then then she took a second, and then I saw her recognize me, and then she kind of looked next to me and saw Nicole, who I assumed she hadn't met before.
No, she hasn't.
And that's crazy, because that's been a long time.
Nikki's really changed.
And then she looked like, from Nicole to Josh, and I could see the gears kind of turn. It's like, oh, Josh. That's how long it had been since we'd all seen each other in person. It's been a real long time,
yeah.
And then Wiley and Laura, that was so awesome that they were there.
With Fairby. First time both of us met their baby Fairby.
Oh, really? I didn't realize.
I had not.
Yeah, she's adorable. She's a sweet little girl. And so it was awesome to see them. And it was a surprise for me, because I didn't know that Wiley and Laura were going to be there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was amazing. It was like one of those where it's like, oh, this is going to be a really neat reception.
Yeah, so, it was.
And it
was so good.
I think that's probably that's one of the best receptions I think that I've been to. And I think, honestly, it was all about the people.
Yeah.
And we were all arranged very well. I could tell that a lot of effort was put into
the seating and everything.
Yeah, to make sure that we weren't interspersed with
maximum friendship capacity.
Yeah, exactly.
Per table.
Yeah. friendship engineered for optimal performance. Absolutely.
Let's see the other commentary about the wedding. Kendall was a flower girl. She's very cute. She chose not to throw flowers, but she ran. It was hot. So she ran very quickly down the aisle into my arms and immediately passed out.
Yeah.
So I carried like her just like asleep, just dead weight asleep for like 45 minutes through the wedding.
It was pretty adorable. She was really cute. There is something really important that we mentioned, and that is that Trainsy showed up for the wedding.
Yep.
And that's like
right in the middle of like the important part.
Yeah, it was right before the blessing of the rings. Trainsy just meh, and it was it took everything that I had not to like yell out Trainsy.
I wish you had.
Yes, and but I didn't want to. I felt like that wasn't appropriate. But that is what I was thinking. Trainsy, I gotta love Trainsy.
Because four like quick, and then like everybody stops. Okay, the train's passed, and as soon as it starts up again, so it's pretty good.
It was excellent.
And take some more calls.
Yes, I would love to take some more calls.
So talking about the wedding has rejuvenated you. Slightly. I don't want to be rejuvenated. Yeah.
It's because it's like I have to get up for work and like, I mean, not crazy, like 8 hours.
Well, we didn't get that much sleep last night either.
But so it's kind of weird because it's like, yes, I do feel myself getting rejuvenated, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to get home and be like, okay, sweet.
Here's the storm. I call Josh Edwards. Let's do Civ 5 until 8.
Yeah, that doesn't sound actually like a bad idea. All right, here we go. Here is a call from 503.
What's up, guys? It's Phil. Just got finished listening to your 300th episode and wanted to do a You Done Goofed / TADPOG Did You Know? I believe that you guys celebrated your 100th episode by waiting an episode and doing your 101st as an all-call-in show. And
that's true.
Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone out there, but I'm pretty sure that was the first ever all-call-in show that you guys have done. You guys have obviously taken calls and emails and stuff before, but I think that was the first one that was entirely dedicated to nothing but phone calls and answering emails and whatnot. So, keep up the good work. If you guys have been doing Super Nintendo games this entire time, you'd almost be halfway done. So,
yep.
You'll get there. Like 750 to go. But, whatever. That's all I got. Take it easy, fellas. Peace.
Thank you, Sandwich Pope.
Awesome. Yes, Phil. Thanks for calling in. I don't remember any of that stuff you're talking about.
Nope. I remember doing our 100 retrospective.
I don't.
I didn't know if it was the first call, because we'd also talked about doing Fallout 3 because it was 101. But it's like,
I've forgotten about that too. I guess I don't even remember the first all calls show. I don't remember the art for that episode. I don't remember anything about it. I don't know what calls we took. I barely remember setting up the Google Voice line, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I mean, that was a long fucking time.
It's a long time ago. We were talking about this the other night, but we're in our senior year.
Yeah, this was high school.
Exactly.
TADPOG was high school.
Yeah, we haven't even looked at colleges yet.
No.
I don't know what we're going to do.
We haven't hit our TADPOG the college years.
No.
When we bring in our new RA character.
I know.
It's going to be great.
Let's see. Phil, thank you for the kind words. I hope that you are enjoying this attempt at an all-call show that we're having right now. Let's see. Here is a call from 614. It's short. It's very short. It's 4 seconds long. Google has translated it as Mode Tampa.
Mode TADPOG.
Was that Dennis?
I don't know who that was. Oh, they called back. I think I've got Dennis in my phone. I think. Okay, let's see. They called back. Let's piece together this mystery. The same day. So maybe it was just a mistake. Let's see.
Speaking of April 1st, last April 1st, you motherfuckers told me told a joke about you told a joke about the virtual boy and Jacob fighting wolves, and I fucking believed you and told my family and friends, and I got embarrassed like 3 months later. That's not going to happen this year. I'm not trusting anything you guys say.
That was good. That was a good call.
That was a great call. What I love the most about it is it was left on March 31st, so it was left the day before April Fool's, and then we didn't do anything special for April Fool's. Did we?
No,
I don't. That was not long ago, and I don't even remember.
Yeah, because I think this year just like it was on such a different. We would have had to drastically change our schedule, so we didn't do anything.
Right?
Yeah.
We're not. I mean, we're not crazy like that.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
And I think it was also like I remember we had an idea for it, and then I'm kind of over April Fools because I have personally been like I know that this caller, of course was joking, but I have been fooled by an April Fool's prank on a podcast before. Have I mentioned this on the show? About System Mastery. System Mastery did an April Fool's episode. They're a podcast that talks about tabletop role-playing games. And it was the first episode of theirs that I ever listened to. And I did not realize that it was an April 1st podcast. It was an April Fool's Day podcast. And they were talking. The whole reason I even started listening to that show is because they were talking about an RPG that was so crazy and I had never heard of before. The Duckman RPG.
Yeah. Because whenever you told me about, like, did you know that's a thing? And then the next week, that's not a thing. I was wrong.
And it was like, I was so at the same time, like, exactly. I didn't even know that it was a joke until they mentioned that it was a joke on an episode like a month down the road. And that's when I sent you the message. Yeah. I was like, I'm dumb. I didn't even, and like, when I was listening to the episode, I couldn't believe it. So I Googled it and I didn't do a really good job of researching. I just saw an image of the book and I was like, oh, it's totally a real thing. What I didn't realize is that was the fucking art for their episode.
Because it's not like, what was it? Because Think Geek would always do like April Fool's Day toys. And it's always like, why are you joking about all these things? These are real things you should actually do.
Yeah.
Like they always had their best product ideas were April Fools. It's like, oh no, this awesome stuff isn't real. Like, no, there's not an alarm clock that makes you put in the lost numbers every time in order to make it go off. And then they ended up making the Tauntaun sleeping bag after that was so popular.
I feel like they harnessed that. Like maybe that had to have been planned because they produce so many products from April Fool's Day. I think they just kind of use it as like a free marketing
tool, yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like, let's get feedback on all these products we're too scared to release.
That's a good idea. Yeah, probably.
But the Tauntaun pillow, excellent. I wish I owned that. The Lost Clock, excellent. I wish I owned that. Think Geek is one of those companies where I think they make some pretty cool products, but I'm super bitter about everything that they do because it's like, yeah, well, that's a good idea, but I probably could have come up with that.
I would love coffee in a Bunsen burner. Thank you, but
right. All right, so let's see. April Fools,
or what is it? Is it an Ehrenmeyer flask? Tony will tell me. I think it's the kind of flask that goes on a Bunsen burner is an Ehrenmeyer flask.
You'll find out.
We'll find out. I'll find out.
All right. Here's a call from, it looks like, our very own John Turley.
Motherfucking TADPOG. This is John Turley. I just have one quick request. Please ask Rather Wizened Sage Ian Chandler to do his impression of the bad guy farmer from Men in Black 1. Just ask him to do that for me. Thanks. Bye.
Done.
We did that. We did that thing. I can't believe that's happened already.
So that was the voice he did for the
Noisy person cards. Yeah. That is a thing that he did. So, John, check that list. Check that off the list, man. We got it. That's how well we know you, and that's how much we love you. We predicted that you would make this request on April 4th. All right, let's see. We got a text message. This is from 515 who says, "Motherfucking Tadpog, comma, Shadow fan Sam here.
Yeah.
I apologize for the lengthy text, but it's a step up from Facebook. I got a few buddies at work listening to you guys now. As well, I've Stockholm Syndrome my fiance Ashley into loving you guys. So much so that now whenever I try to get her to listen to a different podcast in the car or at home, she always says, 'This is boring. Can we just fucking turn on Tadpog?'" Wow. You just gave my heart a boner.
Also, he was the fan. Now she doesn't want to listen to anything else, and he's saying he listens to other things. So now she is the bigger fan. So she's shadowier fan, Ashley.
She has eclipsed him, is what you're saying.
Yep.
She has zero interest in retro gaming, but adores you guys almost as much as I do. We both feel that no other podcast comes close to the amazing effort and product you put out for your fans. Ash says, hashtag more Galen, Galen? I said that weird. Galen. Hashtag more Galen, hashtag more Nicole. P.S. What do you think your cats are up to? I know what my cat was up to when I left. He was being tricksy. I opened the office door. He ran in there. I've got some foam that's set down on the floor right now. So I knew, of course, he was going to go over to that foam and try to claw it up. So I went over to pick him up, and he's like, "No, bro, it's good. I'm going to go to the door." So he moves to the door, and then I turn around to walk out, and he's like, "Lol, nah," and he runs over to the foam. At which point I'm like, pick him up, toss him out.
Cat made that bluff check.
He did. I totally failed my insight, man. Totally failed it.
But thank you very much, Sam and Ash.
Yeah, that was a really, really, really nice text message.
It's a good thing to hear when you're hungover.
I know. That is an amazing thing to hear right now.
Thank you for your dedication. You're welcome. Yeah. You are welcome after today.
All right. So check off next to John Turley, and then now check next to Sam. I said check off, which I wasn't trying to say check off.
Even though isn't the guy who playing Chekhov in the new Star Wars died in a car accident the other day?
Yeah.
Oof.
I know. And he's younger than us.
Yeah. I remember that was me thinking about how young he was. Oh man.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yep. Let's move on.
Let's
dwell on this,
while. Please.
Let's talk about car accidents in general and how many lives they claim per year.
I can tell you how many I almost got in the last 3 days. At least one. That was when it was over, it was oh, that would have died.
There was a brutal car accident involving bridesmaids. Did you hear about that?
What? No. Is this the one because I passed one on 65. I don't know the interstates.
No, yeah. This was after the rehearsal dinner, or after we did the rehearsal. Then we all went to go have dinner somewhere. And as we were going to this Mexican restaurant, Lee, who was another groomsman, didn't realize that the turn was right there. So he braked hard and turned in. So when he braked hard, the bridesmaid behind him had to brake hard and turn. She made it, didn't hit Lee, but the bridesmaid behind her did not brake in time, braked, hit the other bridesmaid, absolutely totaled her car. Car was not operational.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 2 bridesmaids had a total disaster wreck.
2 of the bridesmaids
from Galen's wedding, on the way to the rehearsal dinner.
Last night?
Yep.
No.
They were fine. They were physically fine. Their cars are fucked, but they were fine.
Wow. Because none of them looked as if they had been in a car accident. That would total a car.
Yeah. One they had to call a wrecker. It was a whole, that car was gone.
Yikes.
So, yeah. Rehearsal dinner took 4 hours because half the time was spent. Cops had to come and make an accident report.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
And we gave Lee a lot of shit. Look what you did. Look what you did.
Well, clearly it's his fault.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Okay, let's see. We ready to take another one?
Yeah.
Cool. Here is a text from 520 who says, Tadpog came for the games, stayed for the dicks and buttholes.
That's the goal.
Yep. Thank you for that.
Check.
Man, we're just
point of podcast. Check.
We're just putting numbers on the board tonight. All right, let's see. Here is a call from 651.
Hey, Tadpog, it's Cody. It's roughly 3 o'clock in the morning. I have a would you rather, and I'm sorry, Lord, Micah Purdue. Let's see. It's going to be, would you rather have the superpower of flight or the superpower of teleportation? There are some caveats. Flight, you can only go twice the speed of your run, and when you do that, you exert yourself like you're running. So if you, flew a mile, it felt like you ran a mile.
All right. It's a good drawback. I like that.
For teleportation, you could teleport anywhere you wanted. So you could teleport to Mars if you had a spacesuit. You don't have to see it. You just teleport. Caveat is, every time you teleport, you can only teleport 30 times a day. And when you do it, it just feels like you got kicked in the balls. The worst pain of being kicked in the balls. Nothing damaging, just you would feel that pain. I would still go to teleportation because I want to teleport to Mars. Let me know.
You would die
on
Mars.
Fucking next goddamn year. He hasn't taken calls for a while, so. I'm rambling. I'm tired. Now,
I got a lot going on at work.
And I listen to everybody's John Patreon episode. Nice. All right. Bye-bye now.
What was that about the Patreon episode?
I don't know.
Oh, everyone is John, I think he said.
Oh, okay.
When he said John, for some reason, I thought of John Turley, so I separated those phrases.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone is John. And that was like, what?
Thank you, Doppelganger Cody.
Yes, thank you, Cody.
Teleportation, hands down, no matter what. I don't care. If it felt like I was getting shot in the chest, I would pick teleportation.
The flying drawback, I mean, it's a nice drawback. Like
I want something that'll get me to Atlanta for a wedding and then back immediately.
Yeah.
So,
no, I can't tell you how many
teleportation.
times I thought in the last 3 days that I wish I could teleport.
Yeah.
Like it was a thought that I had every hour on the hour.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm also going with teleport. Cody, you die on Mars, man, unless you have a superpower to allow you to live on Mars. I guess you could. I mean, okay, so you're going to teleport there, hold your breath, and then teleport back, because that totally works. Cody, have you ever played Mutants and Masterminds? Because your powers, your power descriptions reminded me of that tabletop role-playing game, where you can augment like the number of times you can use a power by giving it drawbacks, and your drawbacks reminded me very much of Mutants and Masterminds.
That's one we need to do one for a series.
Yeah, I agree. It is not balanced at all, that game.
I remember because you played
a duplicator.
Yeah, and it fucking just broke that game wide open.
Yes, because every time we'd go into like a big bad fight against like a major villain, I had pumped everything into my power and not much into skills or anything like that. It's like I very much made a character who is like, he can create duplicates of himself. And also when those duplicates die, it's not a big deal. It doesn't harm the original. Also, these duplicates have a hive mind with me, so anything they experience, anything they see, my character has that knowledge. Also, I can make 100 of me.
Man.
So what would happen is essentially every boss fight we'd have would be like the end of like the first episode of Naruto. Because it's like, here's a boss, here's 100 of me, none of me can fight very well at all, but there are 100 of me.
Now, could you absorb them back and get like strength bonuses too?
Yes, I could do everything.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. The only thing that sucked was travel, but we had someone in the group who could fly, so it was just like, just carry me. Just because, what are you gonna? You can either carry me or wait 2 weeks for me to travel where you're going.
Even if you fell, just like make a duplicate U ladder, just 100 people down.
Yeah.
So.
I do love that. That's my favorite superpower, though.
Yeah, it's
I love that.
It's not well explored, other than Multiple Man. Like, that's it.
And they do some cool. Marvel's done some cool stuff with Multiple Man. Some cool storylines about like him having a duplicate that he's forgotten about, kind of deal. So like, there is some really
doesn't
cool
he can
stuff with
reabsorb them and get whatever.
Oh boy, don't get me lying. I'm not an expert.
Because I feel like I looked this up the other day, like that he could like make a duplicate, send it out to do a job, learn a skill, come back, reabsorb it, and have the knowledge that it gained.
Multiple Man, I think, as a like private investigator, would be a wonderful Netflix series like Daredevil.
Ooh. Oh God, man, yeah, it would.
Like, I think that would be really, really neat.
Man, it's a good idea.
I love the idea of like, I would love to have another me that just lives somewhere else.
Yeah.
And just like share experiences with.
But they used him so well in X3. You know, he just made a bunch of duplicates to throw off like a heat sensor.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot that he was in it.
Yep.
I've forgotten so much about that movie.
As you should.
Yeah, I mean, I remember thinking that it was not great.
Juggernaut's a mutant? Okay, no, I'm going home.
Hey, but they threw in the Juggernaut bitch.
That's true.
I feel like they were resting on that making the movie.
One writer was like, "This might save it.
Yeah,
put this in."
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, that writer was wrong. All right, let's see. Here is a text message from 520. I'm giggling at the second text message that he sent. The first one says, "Thanks for the trip down porno memory lane. I didn't have old 70s porn. Instead, I had jugs in voluptuous magazines from the 90s. Then I had Usenet, alt.binaries.pictures.erotica. That is the second text message that came through, and that's the one that I was giggling at because I remember Usenet. And you're welcome for the trip down porno memory lane. I don't know what episode you're referencing exactly, but it could be any of them, I feel like.
I think it's the Dirty Alley phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like everybody, like every guy on the podcast simultaneously like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. The ties that bind us all.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it when a few people recognized her.
Yep.
That was nice. All right, so thanks for the text message 520. You brought back some memories for me. Here is a voicemail from 337.
Fucking TADPOG. Paul Anderson here from Louisiana, and I was calling to find out what combo meal would you guys invent if y'all could do one of these 4-for-4 deals, but from any fast food location. So you could pick something from McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. Need to include a dessert. Also, do you guys feel that now when smaller companies make games that you really shouldn't be pirating them or getting them on deals and you should buy them to support them and hopefully more games are made? Anyway, love your guys' show. Y'all make my week a whole hell lot better. I look forward to listening every Monday and Wednesday. And one of these fucking days we're going to do Mighty Number 9. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. That was a very timely call.
Yeah. So yeah, Mighty Number 9. It's out now.
Came out today, didn't it? Or yesterday?
I got the email yesterday.
Yeah.
So I've downloaded it. I've installed it. I haven't played it yet. That's going to be coming up really quick. Although I was just, before we started recording, Tyler, I was just telling you that our schedule's kind of a little fucked up right now. So I don't know when we can get to Mighty Number 9. It's going to have to be after Dad Month, unless we just skip a dad game and go right into Mighty Number 9.
I feel like I'll want to beat Mighty Number 9 before we do it, and that's going to take some time.
And I also want to play Octodad, but I'm worried that we're not going to be able to get the group together to do it.
Yeah.
Phil Hawkins, he suggested 2 dad games that look really good. One is about like using a father using his son as a projectile. much like birds would throw their babies in the form of eggs. So I've got a backup if we don't think that we can do it. But yes, I'm excited to play Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, me too.
And
God, I'm so ready for that.
To answer your second question first, I'm all about it, man. I tend to kickstart things a lot. A lot of indie games, anything that looks interesting to me, I like to support. And I know the argument is that it might not work out, and trust me, I know that it might not work out. I've probably been burned on half of the Kickstarter games that I've pledged to. But when I pledge on Kickstarter, I realize that I am taking a risk to possibly benefit somebody's dream.
Yeah.
And that's worth it to me because I've got dreams as well that I would love for people to support. So like that, I like that. And I like supporting small indie developers. And I also think that they've got pricing structure down because there are a lot of like really good games developed by small independent teams that I think have a lot more value than a lot of AAA games.
Yep.
Because they make up for development time and they make up for sizzle with like really interesting game concepts. Like, I know it's a weird game, but Who's Your Daddy, I think, is a really cool take on a death match. Like, that's a really cool concept for a game. And I like supporting that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think I've got two floating investments in Kickstarter right now. I think I've only invested in 3 things ever. The first one failed outright.
Was that the Nance Macabre? Yeah, which also sounded like a cool concept.
It was a very cool concept.
It sounded like The Haunting, starring Poltergeist, but kind of a deathmatch mode where it's like a team would play as the ghosts and a team would play as the people exploring the mansion, and then it would flip.
Then I think they got halfway through and their team just like quit.
Just disintegrated.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then a game Jacob told me about because it was very Suikoden-esque, but it's been such a long time. I used to get regular email updates. Those have since disappeared. They met their funding goal. It was like Captain something. And then another, I think it was called like Omocat was the other one I invested in because it was similar to Earthbound.
Heard of that.
I haven't gotten a single update about that or anything at all. So far, nothing I've invested in Kickstarter has paid off yet.
I want to pull up what I've done. I like this conversation. I feel like now is an appropriate time for me to take a look at all the Kickstarters that have failed that I've pledged to. It's a new segment that I like to call Backed Projects.
Called Make Blake Woods Angry. So here we go.
And I get his argument. He's got a good argument, but I think whether or not you donate to things on Kickstarter, I don't think there's a morality there. I don't think there's a morality issue where it's like, is it, or I don't even think there's an issue, is it right or wrong? It's just kind of a thing that you can support if you want to. Haunts, the Nance Macabre is the first thing that I kickstarted. As we discussed, that did not happen. So there's $5 flush. The second thing I kickstarted, Road Redemption, $15. That paid out. I've played it. I love it. I'm glad that I've mentioned it because it reminds me that I really want to play the Road Rash games before we're done with the Genesis list, because I've got some fond memories of those games and I am not positive that it's going to hold up. I backed a local Maiden Alley theater thing. That's not a game. I backed a game called Project Phoenix, which is a JRPG. Estimated delivery on that bad boy was November 2014. That's come and gone. I do occasionally get messages from them, though, so I don't think it's dead.
Yeah.
It's just in development hell.
It might be vaporware.
Could be very much, the same thing. The next thing I've got is River City Ransom Underground. That is also not out yet.
I came very close to donating to that, but
man, it looks so cool.
It ran out before I could really make up my mind about it.
It looks so cool. Drop in, drop out, multiplayer River City Ransom with like customizable characters. Yeah, that sounds really cool. So that also is supposed to come out September 2014. That I don't have that, but I still get emails from them. Mighty Number 9, I backed, and that just delivered, so we're good to go. Hyper Light Drifter, I backed. I got that. Bring Back Mystery Science Theater 2000. That I've backed that. That was recent, so that's who knows. Shinobi Gami, a tabletop RPG.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Man, like modern day ninja, Shadow Warfare. Yes, please. And then I backed Noisy Person cards. I haven't seen that yet either, but all like these last ones are pretty recent. So I hope you enjoyed my Kickstarter segment.
The game that Jacob told me about was called Cosmic Star Heroine, a new turn-based RPG from the creators of Cthulhu Saves the World, inspired by Chrono Trigger, Phantasy Star, and Suikoden. And they got their funding to be on PC, Mac, PS4, and Vita.
What was the last update you got on that?
I haven't gotten one in a while, but when I'm looking here, it looks like up to like 14 hours ago, people were still commenting about it, and they did hit a delay. They just announced, but now they've passed them, and everything should they'll start sending out Steam beta codes to backers of that tier very soon, they say. So looks like that'll finally pay off.
I am really excited about I Am Setsune.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
I think I thought of that because of your description of that game, saying Chrono Trigger influence.
Exploding Kittens. I forgot I backed that and got Exploding Kittens.
Yeah, we were gonna play that on the show, right? And then it turns out that it doesn't really translate to audio.
No, yeah, it's not like you could play. Like we could do Cards Against Humanity, on the air.
Yeah.
But like Exploding Kittens, like the humor is in the artwork for the most part, so like it would not translate well.
Because that's done by the guy who does the Oatmeal, right? Yep. It's a card game done by him.
So now I'm looking for even the other stuff.
I like this.
Man, I don't even see any.
I like this game.
Is there another button I'm missing? Haunt. Oh, did I not back that Omo Cat game? I guess I didn't, because it says my only back projects are Haunts, the Mass Macabre, Cosmic Star Heroine, and Exploding Kittens. So never mind.
We got one of those things.
That's true. And it looks like Cosmic Star Heroine will pay off sometime soon.
I hope so.
They had a trailer at E3, it says.
Really?
Didn't know that.
Huh.
Oh, well.
To answer your first question, what would my magical 4x4 be? Or 444?
444?
What is it?
444.
Something like that. Which I didn't know was a thing until my parents came over to visit, and they brought a bag full of Wendy's. And I was like, this is a random assortment of food, because they had like chicken nuggets, a little thing of fries, and then something else I can't remember, like a tiny drink. And I was like, what is like? No one has ever ordered this configuration of Wendy's food in the history of fast food ever. And then they explained, oh, well, we can get 4 things for $4. Would you like chicken nuggets? And I said yes, and I ate them, and they were okay because they were Wendy's nuggets, and they don't have the best nuggets.
So I'm like, well, better than Burger King. Man, Burger King's like chicken fries, fine. Their nuggets, they're like 10 for $1.46 or some whatever nuggets. Oh, I talked about that a long time ago. Those are the worst chicken nuggets I've ever had.
They're really bad. They're mealy.
Yeah, my school nuggets were better.
The Tyson nugs.
Yeah.
I made friends with a lunch lady when I was in 5th grade, and she would give me a lot of extra nuggets.
Yeah.
I could go back through line, and she on nugget day, and she knew what was up. Awesome. I used her for her nuggets. That's what I'm saying.
Because, immediately 4 for $4, my dessert is going to be a Blizzard from Dairy Queen.
That is a fast food restaurant. So that is a good answer. Yeah, so I'm going to have to steal.
It's got to be something like an Oreo Blizzard or something like or a Georgia Mud Fudge Blizzard from Dairy Queen. Dessert.
My dessert is going to be a giant cookie.
Oh, from American Cookie Factory?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
The whole giant cookie.
That's good.
Because the first thing I thought when you said Blizzard was like, damn, those are expensive. That's a good idea. And I was like, I should get an expensive dessert for mine, like a wedding cake. No, I like cookie cake better.
Yeah, because I will eat cake. I'm not a big cake fan. Every year for my birthday, I always wanted a cookie cake. Let's see.
Man, now I want a cookie cake really bad.
For the most part, I mean, I've kind of gotten over McDonald's as I've gotten older. I still enjoy a Big Mac, so maybe I'll say it's up between a Big Mac and a spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's. I love both of those.
That's no contest for me.
So,
spicy chicken all the way.
Potato Lays from Taco John's.
That's good, man.
So,
man,
that's my dessert, and then my starch Potato Lays. And so then the other two, I mean, I might have to go. I guess I'm trying to think of other big fast food restaurants that I love.
Arby's. Anything from Arby's?
See, I do love like the big Montana, like from Arby's.
Yeah.
So maybe I would say like a max out roast beef from Arby's.
Maxed out.
Out.
Is that like a menu item?
It used to be a big Montana, and now I think it's the roast beef max or something like that now.
Does it have, how many X's does it have in the name? And max?
18.
Max. How?
And it's up there. Ugh. See, Hardee's chicken strips are also really good.
Hardee's, I think they've got the best chicken strips.
Man, their chicken strips are so fucking good.
They're also, and they know it because they're not cheap.
I guess I'll say a Big Mac, Hardee's chicken strips, potato Lays, and a Blizzard.
You built a good meal, my friend. A real good meal. I'm hungry now. And I had a great lunch today. We had Indian food, which is rare for us.
Oh, we had really good Indian food too. Like
surprisingly good.
Checked out a place on the Lark. Yes. It was like, fuck, this was really good.
Surprisingly good. I don't even know the name of the town in Georgia that it was in.
Canton.
That was Canton?
Yep.
Okay. Canton had a sweet roundabout, which I didn't, of all the places in North America to see a roundabout, Georgia was like near the bottom of my list.
This little bitty town with everything closes at 10 o'clock at a roundabout.
It was a nice town, though. They had some nice looking properties there.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed every strip mall had a maid store, where I guess you go in and just buy a maid to clean your house. I don't know. So I thought that was weird. I'm not used to seeing those on Southside Paducah. My 4 for 4. I guess that's what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would do a cookie cake, which I imagine they're probably not going to give me the full cookie. I want the full cookie, but I'll take a slice if that's...
Yeah, you can't just go up and just buy the full cookie. They'll want to make it.
Right.
But like they do have slices on hand. You can just take like...
Yeah.
You can...
Give me a sweet
Chick-fil-A
slice.
and anything else, so...
Yeah. Oh, God. Man, I do like some hate chicken. I haven't had hate chicken... in a long time though.
Yeah.
I'm an old holdout. So I can't have hate chicken. I agree Hardee's has got some good chicken. I don't want mine to be exactly the same as yours though. But chicken fries. I'll do chicken fries. That's the other thing that's kind of frustrating with Burger King is that they have an odd a huge assortment of chicken strip like items because they have chicken fries and then they normally have some kind of like novelty chicken fry flavor.
Yeah.
Then they've got chicken nugs and then they got the chicken tendies. They got the chicken fingers, I think they call them there. Which I remember as a child, I used to love to get their chicken tenders because they had this like pop art comic book style melodramatic packaging that was just amazing. And it's the first time I ever read the word lingerie.
Lingerie?
I know, exactly, because I remember I didn't recognize the word, and it was like spelled like some kind of like arcane warlock spell or something. So I remember showing my mom the chicken tenders box and being, "What is this word?" And then I remember her expression, and like her response was like, "Just eat your chicken tenders." And that's when I really knew I was onto something.
Eat your fuck tendies.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is Burger King is responsible for the sexual deviant that I am. Thank you, Burger King.
There you go. I was very attracted to Wheels in the Burger King Kids Club.
Yeah.
That was my sexual awakening.
It was the only way that I could finish was to pretend that I was Wheels.
And the preset time limit we gave us, we're pretty close. So I think we should call it there.
I'm not done building my 4 for
you're not.
4,
Oh, you're right. You're
motherfuckers.
not. You're
better
3 for
step
4.
off.
You're 3 for 4. Go ahead. Sorry, brah.
Damn, man. I gave you the floor. Not really. I interrupted with cookie cake.
I'm just trying to get your ass to bed.
So cookie cake, chicken fries,
Potato fillets.
I love a potato olay.
It's hard to beat.
I do want to go potato olay, but I usually get the refried beans from Taco John's.
Okay.
They're not as delicious as the potato olays, but potato olays have so many calories.
Oh my god, they do.
Like, I mean, you like a large
is like
order,
700 or 800 calories.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous.
It is crazy.
I remember I ate a whole on a cheat day. I was like, you know what I'm gonna eat today? A 6-pack and a
Just potato
pound
olays.
by myself.
Wow.
And that was the whole thing was like 3,500 calories.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
And I know that you're not the only one who has done that.
Yeah.
There's probably people do it
probably
regularly.
multiple times
I
in
know,
a day.
yeah. Well, it is Thursday. Time to bust this motherfucker open. Yeah, potato olays. That sounds good, honestly. Okay. God.
Because I get burnt out on French fries so easily. You can bring anything back. So why not that fries from Burger King that you loved?
Oh, the crinkle cut fries?
Yeah.
The Satis fries. I could bring that back, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set my integrity aside for a moment, and I'm going to pretend that someone has stolen the recipe for Chick-fil-A waffle fries, and they are making their own non-hate version of food, and I am going to get those because god damn do I love their waffle fries.
Yeah, okay.
I love everything that Chick-fil-A makes is fucking delicious, and I hate it because it's like that peanut oil, man, is just like that is brilliant. And Zaxby's is not the same. I don't
You know
care
what's
what
also
people
really good
say.
fried in peanut oil?
What's that?
Peanuts.
Peanuts?
Peanuts fried in peanut oil are so good.
Really? That
Is what at Asiatique, that Asian fusion restaurant I worked at, like on a lot of their salads, they would fry peanuts to top on like their duck salads and things like that.
Man.
They were so good.
That's
good.
one of the reasons that I like Kung Pao chicken so much is that it also comes with peanuts. I like that. Like, it's kind of weird.
No, I love peanuts in food. I love almonds in food.
Yeah.
Like if I make a stir fry or anything like that,
Yeah.
I'm throwing in some kind of nut or legume.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
My last item is going to be ham fried rice from Chong's. I realize it's a cop-out, but...
That's a line skirter, but it's, yeah.
it's not a line skirter. It's straight up, like, not a fast food restaurant.
Well,
but-
I mean, egg rolls would, like, that will
Ooh.
fly. You can go in and just get egg rolls. Like,
Yeah.
and it takes no time at all.
All right. Well, if you'll give me egg rolls, I'll go egg rolls.
I'll give you ham fried rice.
But I'd
That's
rather have
fine.
their ham fried rice.
They pump out so much ham fried rice. You could probably
God.
just get it on hand.
All I need is some like a bucket of ham fried rice. Wow, I just really projected that word. Bucket. I'm really excited. I'm hungry now.
Give me the ham fried bucket.
Dude, there are times where I wish that I didn't worry about like how I looked or my health, and then I could just straight up eat buckets of ham fried rice.
When I worked there, the manager had been there for like 25 years, and she had gotten so burnt out and disgusted of all the food there except ham fried rice. She could still eat ham fried rice every day and love it.
You know what's weird is that even when it's not great, it's still good.
It's still good because it'll vacillate wildly depending on who cooks it.
Yeah.
But man, when it's good, it's so good. Even when it's bad, it's like, it's still pretty good. I'm gonna eat this. I'm not gonna send it back. It's still pretty good.
I love it. So that's my answer. I'm
It's
done.
pretty good. All right.
That was a good question.
Yeah, it was a very good question. Thank you, Paul. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes. I almost said TADPOG. You can find the show on TADPOG.
You can find it there. It's there.
TADPOG.com, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. No one goes to TADPOG. I come listen. I don't blame you. It's fine.
A few people do.
Yeah,
but not many. Like in the tens.
All tens of you. Thank you.
Yes.
So don't miss the next show. We'll probably be talking about. It'll be a dad game. We're gonna we'll try for it to be Octodad. It might be something else.
Yeah.
Schedule. You're gonna get an episode. We promise you're gonna get an episode.
It will be a dad related episode.
Stuff's
maybe probably
stuff's crazy right now. You're gonna get some content. We'll try to let you know what it is.
Yeah,
as soon as we
crazy,
can.
but we're in a good place. Don't worry about us. It's just we're trying. It's kind of hectic right now. That's all. Yeah,
so emotionally we're fine. It's just busy, and scheduling is difficult.
Emotionally, we are solid like a rock.
iTunes still the biggest marketplace. We still need those 5-star iTunes reviews. Stuck at 148. Who's gonna be my person in shining armor to go and get that 149?
Yeah.
That's
your favorite number?
Whoever 149 is, I'm gonna do something special for 149. I can't say what it is, but whoever it is, I'm gonna do something special for him. Whoever breaks this drought, I'm gonna do something for whoever it is.
Okay, I like that. That's nice incentive.
Yeah. So please,
vague but nice.
Vague. Please go to iTunes, find TADPOG, subscribe, give the show a 5-star rating, write a review. If there's a game you want us to play, a guest host for a certain episode, a Patreon request, whatever, include that in your review, and we promise we will get to that eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about something. It might probably be a dad game. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. You can find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. Because we were at Jacob's wedding on Monday, there was not an episode post on Facebook.
Yep.
And then...
I 100% forgot.
Oh, I did too. And Phil mentioned it today, and it was like, oh, oops, I guess I'm going to do this from my phone for the first time ever.
My hotel room didn't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like, the other rooms did, but up to the end of the hall, Wi-Fi didn't reach the room at the end of the hall.
You had the worst. You have the worst luck.
I have awful Wi-Fi luck.
Yeah. You can find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome. I realize. Thank you, everybody who's retweeting us, especially our episode announcements. And thank you, Leva, for tweeting out a photograph of us.
Yeah.
All together.
TADPOG has 50 new views.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Thanks, Leva. We really appreciate that. So
no new likes, so no one stuck around, but people checked us out.
You should check out Leva at Geek Soapbox if you have not yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're aware of her. You probably know her as Blue Pants.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a link to that in the show notes at tadpog.com. You can call us if you want. If you want to be on one of these all-call shows, we welcome it. We love to hear from you. Give us a ring or send us a text message to 270-883-2555. We have a Patreon. If you liked this, if you admire our dedication that we have for our craft and would like to reward us monetarily, you can do that. You can find us at patreon.com/tadpog. I have some people to thank. Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue. Micah Purdue upped his pledge by a penny.
Oh, yeah.
So, thank you. I appreciate it. He has told me that he plans on upping his donation by a penny every week. 1 penny every week until eternity is what he said.
Okay.
So you and I do this long enough and we can ruin this man.
Yep. That's the goal. That's all we're going to do now.
And if we outlive him, then we can
we put our consciousness into machines.
Yeah. Exactly. I also want to thank Brett Miller, who edited his pledge as well. He upped his Patreon donation. So, guys, thank you very much. We do appreciate it. It makes a huge difference to us, and it means a lot, and it sends us a direct message that you like the show so much that you want to support it.
Yeah. If you want to send us anything, be it games you want us to play, we typically get to those a lot faster, unless we don't feel like we need to impress you. Otherwise, we do feel the need, and we'll get to them pretty quickly. Chuckle, chuckle. You know who you are. You know who you are. So, or good food, bad food, whatever, please send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. We have an Instagram, TADPOG_podcast. It's going to be a lot of wedding photos. Two wedding photos a day for a while, because I took a lot of good ones. So
I like that.
Jacob's wedding. And the most likes any series has got so far. So
Yeah.
people didn't like my yard sale pictures very much of just weird shit I've seen at yard sales.
Like it just didn't garner many likes, or like people were actively like, this sucks.
No, just like 4 likes.
Yeah.
But like everybody loves these wedding pictures a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
They're fun.
Yeah, they are fun. And like, it's like, oh, these people that we listen to, like they're doing fun things.
Look,
and they look good.
they
There
exist.
We go. Yeah. They do exist.
Wow. I like that. I like that people like that we're at a wedding.
We are humans doing
Yeah.
human things.
Look at that. Check these guys out.
Hey, Dave, do you know our theme song? It's Moves.
I do.
By Sycamore Drives.
Mm-hmm.
And a link to that track we found in the show notes at TADPOG.com.
Yes.
How do you want to close this out?
Do you have any suggestions? No? How about Wheels then?
All right.
I don't remember what he
Wheels
sounds
are
like.
our favorite Burger King Kids Club member.
Which is Wheels. Come on.
It's true. It's Wheels.
Name another one. Yep.
Flamberge.
No, that's Flanders from The Simpsons.
No, Flamberge was the French Burger King's. He wore doilies.
Are you thinking of a Roundhouse sketch?
God. All right, Wheels it is. So until next time, a tropical Capricorn between robot and flamboyant.
I do a robot.
Yeah.
Break and drop a hot curl in your snow.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'll see if I can write my name or not.